2nd of March 2023. We've got a nuthatch here, and that's the first one I've seen for ages. And also, we have the first 2 goldfinches on video. They're not very easy to see because unfortunately there's a few branches in the way between me and the feeder, and I'm trying desperately not to scare them off. They are there on the bottom of that feeder. It's not very clear, I'm afraid. However, they are there, and that's exciting. And like I say, I've just seen a nuthatch as well, which is nice because only yesterday I was saying I haven't seen them for a while, and looks like that one may well have been and gone again. Like I say though, oh no, it's back. Here it comes. It's probably worked out that there's mealworms in there. That's exciting. That's good. I was not expecting to see a nuthatch this morning at all. Oh, we got a coltit on the feeder. There's definitely more species in the last 2 or 3 days. Got a male chaffinch on the ground down there, been and gone. Those 2 goldfinches are splendid. Got a little tiny female chaffinch. Oh, the lights on this camera, I don't know why. I insist on having them on. Oh, the nuthatch is busy this morning. I think it is stashing things in the crevices of the tree. I'm kind of keeping an eye on it whilst filming. Blackbird. It's all go this morning. It's good. Like when you've got like food, this nuthatch is busy. When you've got food like of varying types and like ground feeders and a small bird table and hanging feeders, there's that nuthatch. Where is he? Just up there in the middle of the branch, back down again. That's so quick. Awesome. Well, that's exciting. There you go. So goldfinches, cold tit on the feeder as we speak. Great tit, blue tits, nuthatch, goldfinch, blackbird, robin, chaffinches. It's getting good. There's the female chaffinch. There's the nuthatch back again. Off he goes. Oh, that's awesome to see. I was beginning to wonder, oh, we've got another cold tit. There's definitely more cold tits around all of a sudden. I think there's been a big influx of migratory birds over the last day or so because the goldfinches have turned up. There's more cold tits around. Great tit numbers are much higher. That nuthatch just came down and then shot off for whatever reason. But that's magnificent. I'm so pleased to get the goldfinches because I deliberately bought that seed with them in mind. And then hopefully we might get the odd greenfinch on. I'm going to kind of play around with seed types and see what works. Obviously, I know I'm very knowledgeable about this subject, so like and plants and the whole caboodle. So be some interesting experiments to see not just what the generic bird seed is that everybody sells and rah. Oh, got cold tit again. But to see what is local as much as anything, because there'll be plenty of seeds that are local to here that will be suitable. Instead of just being generic and like, here comes the nuthatch again. This is how we change. This is what I say all the time. Like, how do you change things? You do things differently. Simple as that. And like when you do things differently, different things happen. This nuthatch for some reason will not come back down. Maybe it's a bit too busy for it now. There's a lot of birds in and out now. And the goldfinches have just gone. Right, I'll leave it there because they've just buggered off and nuthatch is not coming back. We've got the marauding... Oh no, he is back. I tell a lie, it's just appeared again. Oh, well that... seeing what he's doing, because he is stashing this stuff. He's coming back down again. I can see him somewhere. He was down the back of the tree. He's over there. Now he's stashing stuff. That would lead me to believe that he is a male. She is on eggs. Here he comes again. And he is stashing food deliberately for possibly for chick feeding or possibly for feeding himself, so that he doesn't have to run around looking for food everywhere. Now he's definitely stashing it because he's all over the tree. I can see him. He's up here at the minute. It's a shame I haven't got a better zoom on this phone. There he goes again. And he's very deliberately, I would say, probably picking out mealworms and stashing them in the gaps. Isn't it fascinating? Like that, this is like when you simply observe. I talk about this a lot in life. The reason I do what I do and know what I know and speak as I speak is because I just watch. I don't expect any outcome at all. It's back again. Like, and when you just go with the flow and just let it happen, like amazing shit happens. And sit still and just observe. And don't come up with this excuse that, oh, I've got such a busy life, I ain't got time to do it, because that's gibberish. Everyone's got time. It's all about how do you use it. Anyway, I could rabble on all morning. Depends if you want to listen to my dulcet tones for ever and ever or not. Probably not. I'm sure there'll be some who do, and some who will go, will you fucking shut up, for goodness sake. And all the while, I just sit here with a grin on my face, or a grimace, as it has been a lot of the last few days. Although it does seem to be quite, another cold hitting. Does seem to be a lot freer today. That nuthatch is busy. That is awesome. I love it when I start recording. There you go. There's a prime example of it stashing food in the crevices in the tree. This is what they do. So I don't know. Is he picking up mealworms? I can't really tell. Very hard to tell what he's picking up. Very busy though, and is very deliberately, like I say, stashing food all over this tree. Something like this type of willow, weeping willow, has very deep crevices in between the bark, and it's kind of perfect if you're a nuthatch and you're trying to stash your food, because that's basically what they do. So they'll go out and gather as much as they can find, and then they stash it, and then so when it gets to the leaner times of year, they're not out actively hunting for food all the time. This is so busy, this nuthatch. I would not. I'm beginning to think. Well, I don't think they can have chicks yet, but he must be well aware that she's not far away from having chicks. If he is this busy right now, then yeah, I think there's going to be some amazing shots at this tree in the next month or so. Unfortunately, I've got to be back and forth from here in the Forest of Dean, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunities to grab a camera and see what's going on, and because isn't it magical? I mean, people, I hear the same stuff about feeding birds all the time. Oh, it's so expensive, blah, 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 blah. And then I put it into context, and I'm like, one night in the pub, we'll feed the birds for, what, a month, probably? And that's putting a lot out. But then you get a lot of birds in return. So you get what you put out in life, don't you? If I had one feeder there, I'd have a handful of birds on this. As it is, I've got 1, 2, 3, 6, a bird table, and a load of stuff on the floor. That nuthatch is being star of the show today. Love it. The cold tit's in and out more now. That's good. It's encouraging. Goldfinch has been and gone. They may come back later. We shall see. Here comes that nuthatch again. 1,000 mile an hour down the tree. And 1,000 mile an hour back up. Awesome creatures. So yeah, it's nice when you get the camera out and just things just happen in front of you. It's just like, oh, I love it. I love it. It's back again. Definitely. I'm sure it's after mealworms and it's just stashing them. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I've been rattling on for 10.5 minutes now. I'm sure you'll have learnt some little gems because this is what I do in life, really. Share my passion, share my knowledge, which is built up over how many hundreds of thousands of hours just watching these little birds. Oh, two coal tins. No, one great tit, one coal tit. I love the way the great tits do that when they like get really like defensive. I saw a blue tit do it earlier as well. Proper spread its wings out, looked like a little pterodactyl. It's hilarious. Not that they exist, but like. So that's a female great tit on the feeder there. You can tell because she is much lighter colouring than the male great tits. Which are much more yellow in colour and more pronounced stripe down the front. There is not many great tits around this morning to do a comparison. In fact, everything's gone very quiet all of a sudden. Could there be a hawk? Oh, somebody coming down the drive. Maybe that's it. Who knows? Anyway, I should leave it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed that and listened to me jabbering on. I can see dunnocks fighting over there, chaffinches. All good stuff. All right, peace out. Enjoy your day.